All right, in this video I'm going over the comprehension questions for the short story or passage of Fable from the textbook. So number one, why does personification work especially well in fables? What would fables be like if they only featured humans? Well, personification is effective because having animals act like humans allows the authors to show universal qualities. And we also talked about in another text where using personification, particularly in animals, allows the author to convey information about a character without explicitly telling you. So for example, if the character in the fable is a snake, we talked about there's implied characteristics of a snake. Snakes are usually kind of sneaky. They're oftentimes the bad guy. So that's why personification and using animals in particular are so effective, especially in fables. If fables only featured humans, it would just take away from some of the entertainment aspect of it. They wouldn't be nearly as entertaining. And in my opinion, they'd also have to be written longer because you wouldn't have those implied characteristics that you can get when you use animals. All right, number two, why do you think an author who wanted to teach a lesson would choose to write a fable? Using a fable to teach a lesson is more universal and it's less judgmental. Why? Well, if an author uses human characters, sometimes people don't like to see their own flaws. And so when a human character is used, it can be kind of a turnoff because if you see negative flaws in a human character, you don't want to associate that with yourself. You don't want to think, yeah, I'm kind of like that, and that's a negative quality. But when an author uses animals, for example, in a fable to teach a lesson, you can look at it as, oh, those are just animals, and so no, I'm not really like that. But really, you can be thinking to yourself, well, maybe I can learn a lesson from these creatures. Okay, so it's more universal and is also less judgmental. Number three, compare The Crow and the Pitcher to Tanaika. How do the main characters in both stories use their brains to solve a problem in an unusual way? Use examples from the text to support your answer. So you need to go through, reread The Crow and the Pitcher on page 335, and then you may want to reread or at least visit some of the text in Tanaika. You may not want to reread the entire story, but go back to Tanaika. Remember, in Tanaika, she uses her brain, right? She, instead of deciding, okay, yeah, I got to find these grasshoppers and eat berries and build a shelter, she uses her brain and says, you know what, I'm going to go out. She brings money with her. She finds a restaurant. She's using her brain to solve this problem of being out in the wilderness for all these days. Okay, and in The Crow and the Pitcher, the main character also uses his brain. How does the main character use the brain to solve the problem? And use examples from the text. Okay. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.